Welcome, everyone, to this week's Shorty podcast episode of the What We Meant to Say podcast with Jake and Heinz. Let's take a weekly look at upcoming music, film, TV, and streaming releases, and also provide some historic references for the week ahead. Let the Shorty begin. Let's take a look back at things that happened prior to 2022 for the week of March 6th to March 12th. March 6th, 2020, the South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas becomes the first major American festival canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. Other tours and festivals around the world are called off soon after in efforts to limit the outbreak. March 6th, 2009, thousands of Phish fans descend upon Hampton, Virginia for the first Phish show since 2004.
Man, I bet there's so many Phish heads. I don't know if that's what they're called. I bet that was just chaos.
I can believe that. Yeah. March 6th, 2000, Eric Clapton is inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, making him the first person inducted 3 times. He is also in as a member of the Yardbirds and Cream.
No, I did not know that. That's a cool stat.
Mm-hmm. March 6th, 2001, MTV Cribs visits Redman's 2-bedroom pad on Staten Island. Unlike the show's usual flair, the rapper's modest crib is a testament to keeping it real. The highlights are his makeshift doorbell, which requires touching 2 wires together, a freezer full of Gorton's fish, and his cousin conked out on the couch. March 6th.
That might be my favorite thing that we've ever read on the Shorty. That's a good one.
Informative. March 6th, 1982, Beauty and the Beat hits #1 in America, making the Go-Go's the first all-girl band with a #1 album. And now, Jake, we'll take March 7th, March 8th.
March 7th, 2015, Drake places an astounding 14 songs in the Hot 100 thanks to the release of his mixtape, If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. March 7th, 1994, the Supreme Court rules that parody constitutes fair use in deciding that 2 Live Cream's version of Roy Orbison's Oh Pretty Woman is legal.
It's 2 Live Crew. 2 Live Crew.
You have it written 2 Live Cream.
I know.
That might be the best error we've ever made.
You totally just read it.
Yeah.
You have no idea who 2 Live Crew is, do you?
Oh, I know who they are. Yeah, I just wanted to say 2 Live Cream. That's great. March 7th, 1987, License to Ill by the Beastie Boys becomes the first rap album to top the U.S. charts. It stays #1 for 7 weeks. March 7th, 1985, the song We Are the World is released as a single, soon achieving massive chart success all around the world.
Raised big time money for Africa, if I remember right.
Super rad. March 8th, 2016, Beatles producer George Martin dies at the age of 90. He's the guy that gave the Beatles their first recording contract. Legend.
Smart guy.
Yeah. March 8th, 2011, after a bunch of court hearings and postponements for dental work, Lil Wayne finally begins serving a 1-year sentence on firearm charges. Dental work. He got out of serving. He got it delayed because of dental work. That's interesting.
It's got a lot of grill going on there.
Yeah. March 8th, 2003, 50 Cent's first single, In the Club, tops the Hot 100 for the first of 9 weeks.
Overplayed so much. So much.
I know every word to that song. March 8th, 1994, Soundgarden's Super Unknown and Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral, are released. Both go to #1 and #2, respectively. Oh, this one's fun. March 8th, 1993, Beavis and Butthead, a show about 2 animated idiots who watch MTV debuts on MTV.
That's the best part, is that it's about 2 guys watching videos, music videos on MTV, and they're on MTV. And I guess they're coming back as older people. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah. That's great. I hope they bring back Cornholio.
Well, he'll be older. They said they're going to be fatter. That's going to be the
great
thing.
I'm sure they are. All right, back to you.
March 9th, 1997. Beloved New York rapper Biggie Smalls, a.k.a. the notorious B.I.G., is gunned down in Los Angeles streets just 6 months after his rival Tupac Shakur met the same fate. March 9th, 1987, U2 releases their 5th studio album, The Joshua Tree. The first 2 singles, With or Without You and I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, climbed to #1 in America and in my top 2 U2 song list. March 10th, 2005, Michael Jackson on trial for child molestation, guilty, shows up to court an hour late and in pajamas.
Guilty.
He appears sickly and frail during most of the ordeal.
Feel guilty.
Yeah. March 10th, 1983, Carrie Underwood is born in Muskego, Oklahoma. She won season 4 of American Idol. March 11th, 2018, American Idol, which ran for 15 seasons on Fox, returns on ABC just 2 years later with new judges Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan. March 11th, 2006, You're Beautiful by James Blunt goes to #1 in America. Blunt later admits the song is about a guy who's high as an effing kite on drugs in the subway stalking someone else's girlfriend. March 11th, 1997, Paul McCartney is knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for his services to popular music. Now we have to call him Sir Paul, right?
Yep. You're welcome for all the wonderful music.
March 11th, 1991, Pearl Jam begins recording their debut album 10 at London Bridge Studios in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
March 12th, 2016, Ariana Grande hosts Saturday Night Live, where she meets future fiance Pete Davidson. Did that end up well?
No, it did not. No.
Okay. March 12th, 1998, attorneys for Korn send a cease and desist demand to a Michigan assistant principal at a high school who suspended a student for wearing a Korn shirt to school. March 12th, 1983, Run DMC released their debut single, It's Like That. And that wraps up your look back at things that happened prior to 2022 for the week of March 6th to March 12th. All right, Jake, let's take a look at upcoming film, TV, and streaming releases for the week of March 6th to March 12th.
Do it.
All right, on Netflix, we got the Andy Warhol Diaries, limited run, coming out on March 9th, 2022. The Bombardment is coming out on the 9th. The Last Kingdom is coming out on the 9th also. And another DC Comics series, DC Comic Legends of Tomorrow, Season 7 will be released on the 9th. And I hear this is a good one, Formula One Drive to Survive Season 4, coming out on the 11th.
Never even heard of that. Is it all, it's like reality kind of based on Formula One driving? Oh, that is fairly interesting. Yeah.
Follows a couple teams around. Movies in theaters on March 11th. Tyson's Run, Off Season, and The Atom Project. No real big blockbusters there, but we're still waiting for Top Gun to come out.
Yeah.
On Hulu, The Thing About Pam on March 9th comes out. Domino Masters on March 10th, which I think could be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I would have to learn how to play domino so it actually have some kind of like reference point as to what's happening, but I dig it.
Mm-hmm. On HBO Max, I'm really looking forward to this series to come out because I think it's going to be super good. Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty series premiere is on the 6th.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
And this is an old one, but it's one that I think we would really enjoy going back and watching is Whose Line Is It Anyway? Seasons 1 through 8 will be released on HBO Max on the 8th.
That's fun. I really like that show. And I, like a week before the pandemic hit, I got to see, it was most of the Whose Line guys perform in Washington State. And it was really, really fun. But yeah, like seriously, the next week, the whole world was shut down. So it was like the last thing that I got to do was see the Whose Line guys. That was really fun. Yeah. Really
that
cool.
had to be fun. Yeah. And my favorite movie of 2021 is coming back to HBO Max, Dune. Love that movie.
Nice. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good. If you like Star Wars type stuff, you got to watch Dune.
Okay.
There'll be multiple coming out. Yeah.
I can nerd out on some of that stuff. I love it.
On Amazon Prime on the 10th of March, Haruina series premiere comes out. Everyone's looking forward to that. I guess that's supposed to be their next big blockbuster.
Oh, okay.
And on Disney Plus, on the 9th, Weekend Family season 1's coming out, and Turning Red, the movie, on the 11th. So there's a few things there to kind of occupy your time.
Yeah.
So now the big question, what are you going to be watching this week, Jake? Streaming, movies, whatever it would be.
Yeah. So I'm still working on Boba Fett. I'm almost done with that. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to watch next, but it's probably going to be one of those that we talked about in recent weeks, Miss Maisel or something like that. I also really want to check out that.
Dave.
Dave. We're also going to check out that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air remake. Bel-Air is like a serious Fresh Prince or something. That looks really interesting. Might check that out. And I also heard that the show Killing Eve is back for I want to say it's fourth and potentially final season. I really, really like that show. It's really, really good. So I'm super stoked that one is back out. Cool show.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm going to be checking out Severance on Apple TV. Super good. I'm about halfway through Inventing Anna on Netflix. Really, really interesting plot. Really good. And something I suggest everyone watch because it is so good, very good, is Genius, the Kanye West trilogy on Netflix. So good.
Is it really?
So
awesome.
good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is very good.
Nice.
So get out and watch that. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the Shorty for this week, March 6th to March 12th. Hope everyone enjoys a little history and a little bit of what's coming up this week and also what Jake and Heinz are watching. That's it for this week. Bye.
Bye.